Lads, welcome to the next match preview. We are playing Spurs. We are playing at 2:05 on Sunday, which I hate these Sunday games. What about you, Hal? And how are you doing?
I dislike Sunday games because Sunday is for the NFL.
Oh, get away. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. Anyway, but what I am a fan of is the last game when we played Newcastle, played them off the park, and absolutely smashed them 1-0 with a Billy Sharp penalty. But anyway, yeah, we did. We absolutely played them off the park. We did. I still think we'd have played them off the park if they had 11 men on the pitch. And I actually think we may have beaten them by more than one goal if they'd have had 11 players on the pitch, because they definitely sat back. They had Callum Wilson. But, well, to be honest, I don't even think he was a striker. I would say he was an attacking midfielder in that game. But yeah, we did. We played them off the park. We played really well. We played like we did last season, which was absolutely phenomenal to see. So we go into this next game full of confidence. Absolutely. What did you make of it, Hal?
I loved it. It's the first time I felt like watching Sheffield United again.
It just really annoys me that all we could muster was a penalty, and it was for a silly sort of swipe with the hand from Fernandes. It would have been nice to have scored kind of our own goal, if you like. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We got 3 points on the ball. We're on 5. We're still quite a way away, so we need to put more results together, and the next 3 are very, very difficult. So anyway, I think this is probably the easier of the 3, maybe, and it's at home. So yeah, let's crack on. So last time out, Hal, what happened?
Yeah, I'll take this again, mate. Sheffield United 3, Tottenham 1, 2nd of July 2020. It feels like a lifetime ago, but the Blades record signing Sander Berge opened his account for United with a really good finish in the first half, a fine attacking move. That was on 31. Harry Kane thought he'd equalise. You might remember this. It was almost like straight after Berge had scored. But his strike was, I think we could fairly say, controversially ruled out by VAR because of a handball by Lucas Moura in the build-up when it looked like he'd possibly been pushed over. So that one, I think, if it happened to my team, I'd have felt like that were a bit sore. We added a second midway through the second half. Sub Lys Mousset turned in Ender Stevens' cutback from close range. That was on 69. And ultimately, a comfortable victory was completed in the closing stages. McBurney, he swept in his 5th goal of the season on 84 minutes. And we could still pick 9 of those 11 that started in that match on Sunday. Only Dean Henderson and Sander Berge would be 2 that wouldn't play.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, that.
It
so
is.
That's a lovely little segue into talking about the team. So what's going to happen? Who's going to play? First of all, obviously, Jack O'Connell still unfit, but it's looking like he could be back in February. That's what Chrissy Wilder said. Sander Berge, obviously still unfit, looking like he's going to be the month after, so March. So we might not get too many games. We're not going to get too many games out of either of them, but we may get more out of Jack O'Connell, and he's the one that I'd not rather see, but he's the link that's been missing all this season, and I don't think we'd be where we are if Jack O'Connell was playing. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go through who was absent last game. So we've got on there George Baldock, Ender Stevens, both should at least be on the bench. Both should feature in this game. Who knows whether Chris Wilder's going to go back to trusty George Baldock and trusty Ender Stevens, but got to say, the other 2 lads that filled in, Ozzy and Bogle, were both brilliant in the last game. I'm liking Osborne in that left wing back role as well, and Ender Stevens hasn't played that well for quite a while. So we could see them both keep their places. Lys Mousset was on the bench last time out, so we may see him feature, but he didn't come on. So that, to me, says that Lys Mousset probably wasn't 100% fit. Billy Sharp came on. It might have been tactical, but also Lys may not be quite ready for the last game, but probably for this one. In the last game, I did put down that Billy and Jags were both kind of struggling after COVID. Billy certainly wasn't, was he? Coming on and absolutely belting that ball in the back of the net. And the last one, a player that we probably won't see belting a ball into the back of the net is Ollie McBurney, still injured apparently after the swan dive. But shoulders are really, really difficult to get back fit, really. They're really a weird joint anyway. So let's crack on to the predicted lineup. So I'm expecting the exact same team, if I'm honest. Can't change a winning team, can you, really? Unless you're bringing in maybe Ender Stevens, I don't know. But Ampadu had a really good game, so I'll quickly run through. Rammer's in the goal. Bogle, probably right wing back. Bash, right centre back. Egan, I don't know why I'm going through this. Everybody knows. Ampadu, left centre back, which I think is probably his position. I don't like him playing in midfield.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. Probably Osborne at left wing back, but again, he might bring back Ender. Then the three that's probably been the best for us in the Premier League for me, Fleck, Lundstrom, and Norwood in defensive midfield. Norwood had a lot more of the ball, was very, very good for me. There was a little bit of a hairy moment at one point, but we'll brush past that. He had a good game. Lundstrom had a good game. Fleck had an half-decent game. We've got them back. Yeah. We need to keep playing them, and we know that Sander Berge is not coming back for a while, so those three need to stay in that team until the end of the season. Yes,
if we're going to have a go at players who played well but then gave us a hairy, scary moment, then Bogle would also be thrown into that, wouldn't he? Because I know what you're on about with Norwood, but Bogle, wow. I mean, that was, I think, worse if you were listening on the radio, because if you've heard the radio commentary, it was heart in mouth stuff, and it actually sounded like he was about to score an own goal.
Yeah, he did. I've seen that on Twitter. To be honest, where the camera was, it was kind of straight behind it. So you could kind of see that it wasn't going in, but it's still heart in mouth moment, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I think the radio would have been, if you were driving, forget about it. It's terribly dangerous.
Absolutely. And the thing was, if that would have gone in the back of the net, we could have all just...
Season over. I mean that. The heads would have dropped so much, and us as fans all ready to celebrate, about to cork the champagne. Awful.
Yeah, just another Brighton moment, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And for me, with the strikers, I would still go with Ollie Burke and David McGoldrick, because I thought Ollie Burke, he might not have had the best game, but certainly when teams are sitting back, that's not where Ollie Burke shines. So I think in this game, Spurs will come on to us. They won't do a defensive Mourinho performance, I don't think. So I think Ollie Burke would be perfect for this game. David McGoldrick pulling the strings, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to win in this game. So Spurs, Hal, what are they going to play?
Tottenham currently boast, unfortunately, a nearly fully fit squad, which should stand them in pretty good stead for several months ahead. Giovanni Lo Celso, and that is how you pronounce it, the 24-year-old, currently unavailable, picked up a hamstring injury in Spurs' 2-0 defeat to Leicester City. But otherwise, it's going to be full strength. Lloris, Aurier, Toby Alderweireld, Dyer, Reguilon, I hope I say that right, Sissoko, Højbjerg, Ndombele, Lamela, Kane, Son. It's frightening stuff.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
But was Son... I think Son was missing last time. But when we were supposed to play Spurs, Son was out, Kane was out. I'm pretty sure a couple of others were out. But because of COVID, they were back. And it wasn't fair, but we won the game anyway. So let's hope it's in a similar vein as that. So, score prediction, Hal. I'm going to let you go first in this one.
As you know, I don't want to do predictions. And... you forced me to do one for Newcastle.
I forced you to do one for every game.
All right, then I'll just say this. It's going to be exactly the same as last time we played Spurs at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. 3-1.
Okay, mate. Okay. Let's not embarrass ourselves here. Your mum's not going to think too lightly to that scoreline, I don't think. I think
she thinks you're a genius as well. Because, I mean, not only did you predict that we'd beat Newcastle 1-0, but I then went on and said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. If we do that, it'll be one that I'll be looking back on as a memorable match. I definitely would be looking back on our Newcastle game as a memorable match next season, hopefully.
Yeah. So, score prediction for me, I'm going to go for We can't keep a clean sheet against Tottenham. I was just going to say 1-0 Blades. It's not going to happen, is it? But I'm going to have to say another Blades win because I predicted it last time. 2-1 Blades.
Nice.
It's not far off yours, really, is it? So I gave you a lot of crap. And yeah, I'm just saying that we're going to score one less. So memorable matches, Hal. Please tell me you're not going to go for last season's.
Sheffield United versus Tottenham Hotspur, 2nd of March, 1993.
Wow.
A night game at Bramall Lane. Spurs had rolled off 5 successive victories and were starting to challenge for top spots whilst the Blades were looking to move away from the danger zone. It's all so similar. Starting the game, we were in 17th place. 13 minutes had been played when Franz Carr fired Dave Bassett's side into the lead. He turned a short corner into the roof of the net. 7 minutes later, the lead was doubled. Brian Dean's cross was turned into its own net by midfielder Andy Gray, not that one. Within half an hour, the scoreline had widened from 2 to 4-0. Scottish midfielder Ian Jock Bryson struck a quick-fire double. There was very little that Tottenham management team of then Doug Livermore and Ray Clements could do about the predicament. It got even worse in the second half. Dino added his name to the score sheet in the 73rd minute, capitalising on poor defending from radio presenter Jason Cundy. Substitute Paul Rogers completed the rout in the closing minutes. The result, incredible, 6-0 to Sheffield United, Tottenham's joint worst defeat in Premier League history and the biggest victory in the top flight for Sheffield United. Spurs did still finish 8th in the table, but because we beat them 6-0, they actually had a goal difference of -6.
Wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I didn't even know that happened, to be honest. So that was enjoyable to listen to.
Thought you'd like that one, mate. It's a great one. And if I hadn't picked that, think of all the comments that said, what, you didn't mention 6-0?
Yeah, exactly. And Jason Cundy, I do not like that guy, so that made it even more sweeter.
With you.
And finally, this is normally my favorite section, but as I've been so busy today, I've done zero prep. And
I think we could all tell, by the way. That's come across.
That's every week, mate. All I have for player connections is Michael Brown, my lord.
Oh, Lord, Michael Brown. Yeah, Brownie, the first one that comes to mind for me as well. There's not a lot of players that have played for Tottenham and United. So Michael Brown, obviously a great midfielder that scored a lot of goals for us and then went directly from us to Tottenham. All the others I've been able to think of also went directly from us to Tottenham. I can't think of a single player that we signed from Spurs. So I've got Kyle Norton and Kyle Walker.
I'm going to have to close this YouTube account after getting them.
Kyle Walker, who always put in a shift against us, and of course for us as well. But you know, in the teams he's played for against us, he's always seemed to look like a fantastic England international that he is. Kyle Norton, I think at the time we all thought was going to go on and be the better of the two players. But actually, the way that their careers have panned out, Kyle Walker has been a solid pro and one of the best defenders, certainly that Sheffield United have ever produced, but arguably England.
Yeah, I still don't think defending's his forte, really. He's just rapid, isn't he? And that gets him out of a lot of trouble.
You know, when we sent him on loan to Northampton, he actually played centre-back for them.
Yeah, I've heard he's played some time at centre-back, but I never saw him play at centre-back.
Yes, you did. You saw him for England play centre-back.
Oh, yeah, that don't count, though, does it, really? I'm sure he played centre-back once in the Cup and scored an own goal. It's there somewhere. Might be wrong. If someone could tell me in the comments if that's true, please do.
And while you're busy in there, like and subscribe. And the other player connection, Nick, I could only think of one more, but my sister's favourite ever player, Roger Nielsen.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I did know that. But loads of people love Roger Nielsen, but I think just slightly before my time made me not really care about him.
Old Hal here, just reminiscing about 1993 and Roger Nielsen.
So how are we going to win this game, Hal?
I think you already summed it up, to be honest, Nick. I'm going to bat it straight back to you.
Okay, mate. Well, I think the two players that are going to be the difference, Didsey and Ollie Burke. Because Didsey is going to get in that little hole and he's going to be playing lovely football. I think the wing backs have also getting forward constantly. I think it will be Osborne and Bogle. If Bogle's got a lot of confidence built up after that last game, everybody's singing his praises on social media as well. So I think he's going to be flying into this game. Feel sorry a little bit for George Baldock because he's out for a couple of games, and then boom, everybody's in love with
we got to find a way.
Vasilakis number 2.
Absolutely, prime Baldockis is Bogle, but we've got to find a way to fit, I believe, Baldock and Bogle, because you can't have the case where your 2 best players at the moment are both right backs.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But I think Ollie Burke's going to be a big player for us in this game. He's going to be on the shoulder of those Spurs defenders, and he's going to expose their lack of pace. Yeah. That is what I'm saying.
I agree. And final thoughts from me are...
I wouldn't have even brought it up if I were you, mate.
It's a lot neater and a lot tidier. I never said I was going to shave it all.
Yeah, I think you'd look like a little baby.
I do.
If you shaved it all off. Yeah. Anyway, let's leave it there. Let's stop talking about facial hair. And let's talk about the fact that we're going to go and smash Tottenham 2-1.
I just like that you called me baby.
I didn't call you baby. That's just for off air. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Thanks, Hal, for being here as always.
Cheers. I'm already ahead of you with the wave.
Yeah. Oh, we don't do that anymore.
I do it, and I like it, and you can't take it from me.
Lovely. All right, then. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stay good, Nick.